Hi, I'm Kevin Brown. I am the head of marketing at Credibly. Credibly is a small business lender here in the United States, dual headquartered between Detroit, Michigan and New York City. For Credibly, our entire premise at Credibly is about delivering right-sized capital. And for us, our entire premise is to serve our small business customers. So at Credibly, we do that in a couple ways. First and foremost, it actually begins with education. So we've set up a content marketing platform called Incredibly, not because we're great marketers, but because we believe fundamentally in educating our customers, starting a relationship, providing counsel to them, and then ultimately at a time when they're ready to be in a place where they need working capital to grow their business. We of course are naturally there, so there's a benefit for us as well. But again, the notion and the premise of delivering right-sized capital and delivering that education through Incredibly is really at the core of our DNA and really what makes folks at Credibly excited to run to work every day. You know, when we think about it at Credibly, the notion of striking a partnership with a traditional lender, ultimately everything comes back to the customer. So when you think about our target market of 8.5 million small business customers here in the US, it's ultimately about how do we empower them with the growth capital to serve their needs to grow their business. So for us, when we think about the fundamental structure of that partnership, it's really that small business customer very likely is working with the bank on a checking, savings, maybe a credit card account. So how can we provide that additional value so that collectively, between the two organizations, we provide the best customer experience, which of course is yes. I think there's always at every single touch point an opportunity to educate customers, whether it be a servicing type of communication, a marketing communication, or just purely as marketplace lenders being out there and helping our small business customers empower them with the tools they need to grow their business. So I think the answer is yes and will always be yes, because there's always an opportunity to do so. You know, when you think fundamentally about marketplace lending, and put aside, it's not just small business, but it's consumer and it's real estate and it's student loans. I think fundamentally, if you believe Marc Andreessen that the notion of software is eating the world, you have an industry of companies that have grown up realizing the opportunity that technology could provide without a lot of legacy infrastructure, which ultimately lets us as a whole address different customer segments with a better user experience, delivering more value more quickly. And I think that's a trend, again, that cuts across every type of different lending sector, finance sector, and certainly geographies. So when you think, to answer the second question, I think absolutely US platforms and the ability of standing up infrastructure and being able to port those to other geographies, so long as you keep a regulatory and a compliance lens to understand the needs of those specific markets and those consumers, yeah, there's huge value there. And so I think we'll see the continued growth to address within the US, because across those categories, there's still lots of upside and there's still lots of market share to be gained, but then a natural progression abroad to leverage the capabilities on a global scale.